Yes, lovely people. We've got some Nasus action. We're on a 7-game undefeated win streak. We're popping off. I just got announced as a caster for Barcelona. Cat's out the bag. Bob's your uncle. My goodness, I'm excited. And yeah, a lot of people have been asking what deck I'm playing in Barcelona. Nothing. Nothing. I'm casting. I need a haircut first, though. I gave myself a haircut the other day, and it's a disaster. I'm waiting for the proper haircut before the tournament. Really excited. Super grateful to have the opportunity to show what I can do. Really looking forward to it. We'll talk more about that shortly. My hair's a disaster. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring. I did actually just order a bunch of cards myself from Card Market. It is the biggest online marketplace of trading card games in Europe. If you're European and you order cards, you probably do it through Card Market. That's certainly how I do it. It's a great website, and they support the channel. I ordered Nasus cards. I also ordered a secret deck. I'm still working on like a few secret decks. I'm doing some best of coaching. If you guys want coaching, I'm also just released a Nasus guide on Metafy, which I'm going to continue to be adding to this week. I think it's like the contrast in my hair there, where it's looking at its best, and here. Not to mention the weight gain, but it is what it is. This is an old photo. This was me at my peak. You know, why not? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I also this week also got announced to be on the analyst desk, which is a new feature for Disney Lorcana, which I'm really excited to do. This photo actually is from when I did the analysis desk at the Gwent World Championships. So Riftbound is going to be, I think, the 4th competitive card game that I've done an official broadcast for. Did Gwent, that was my OG. Disney Lorcana, I did one Star Wars Unlimited event, which, funnily enough, there is a Star Wars Unlimited tournament happening in Berlin this weekend where I live, and I'm heavily considering going there, competing, and doing a video where I like literally give myself 24 hours to practice. Find someone I can borrow a deck from. I was pretty good at Star Wars Unlimited when I was playing. I didn't play for long, but I took it quite seriously prepping for that tournament as I do. But anyway, I'm prepping super hard for this. I'm actually prepping harder for this tournament than I would if I was playing, because I'm really trying to improve my game knowledge. So guys, this is why it's so important. Any chance I'll check back on Marvel Snap? There is not. No, I won't do that. I don't like Marvel Snap, sadly, but I appreciate it, mate. Martine, I appreciate you. No, I don't plan on going back to Marvel Snap anytime. I did actually play it like a year ago or so, to be fair, and it was all right. But nah, I kind of hate Marvel Snap, if I'm honest. I enjoyed what it brought me. It brought me lots of friends, some of my best friends, great experiences. But no, I will not be checking out Marvel Snap. But I do a Marvel Snap, not a Marvel Snap. I do a Riftbound podcast, which we just filmed, getting posted tomorrow, with Alex Kocher. You live in Germany? Yeah, so I've lived here for 1 year. Immigration is a bit of a nightmare here because of Brexit, but fair play. I actually had some really good news today regarding regarding some issues I've been having at the immigration office. So I'm heading there tomorrow, which is good news. All good. Just, yeah. Live in Germany. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to move to Austria in the future. Yeah, my girlfriend's from Austria, and there's a card shop I work with there called Rare Hunters that I'm part of their team. But yeah, casting Riftbound with Amy, Shay, and Yamoto Cannon. Yamoto Cannon from League of Legends. Amy and Shay both cast Pokemon. I actually know Shay and Amy both reasonably well, not super well, but Amy, I have been actually to the store that she's a manager of in Nottingham. I played a set champs there. And Shay, I've met several times at different events. When I've seen Amy casting Riftbound, I'll always chat with her. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I'll be casting with either Amy or Shay because of like the roles, but I don't know who yet. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So basically, the plan is I'm going to prep for this event like I would as if I was a player, but really I really have been working hard to brush up my understanding of niche interactions and stuff like this. I want to be confident and I want to know what I'm talking about. And I think I can bring, yeah, a lot to the table. I love casting. I think it's what I do best. I'm really looking forward to it. How's my German? Mein Deutsch ist sehr gut. No, it's not. Mein Deutsch ist sehr bad. I don't know what bad is, to be honest, which tells you what you need to know. I am practicing. I could say like, hallo, ich hätte gerne ein Big Dinner mit Sauce alles, Salad alles, Käse, ja, danke. That's all I got. Mit Cola. I got, I could do a bit. But yeah, playing Nasus, of course. We're on a 7-game undefeated win streak. There's literally nothing I want to change about the deck. So the only things really which I think the deck that could change with the deck is go to 3, consult 1 premonition. Yeah, I think that's it. I think the deck is just super optimized. The other thing is that Ripper's Bay could come out and you could put something else in. And the other thing, to be honest with you, that we really need to work out is what sequence we go for with the battlefields. So Ripper's Bay basically turns your 1 retreat ramp into a double ramp, which is extremely unbelievably good. The question is when do you want the double ramp and when do you want the 1 ramp? Well, arguably going first, you want to double ramp because you go 4, you go 2, 4, 6. You only really need 1 ramp though, right? 1 ramp's enough to get to 7. And then going second, you go like 2, 4, you go 3, 5, 7. You don't really need the double ramp either side of the coin, right? The question is like, when are you more likely to actually be able to do the double ramp? And I guess it would be going second, but maybe also they would stop you doing it. Schlecht is bad. Yeah, that sounds about right. That does actually ring a bell. But let's make sure I don't accidentally reveal my Discord because it's on the wrong tab by the looks of it. Let me just pop that over to the other side. And yeah, there is a Nasus guide available now, which I'm going to be spending some more time on tomorrow. I mean, I spent like 5 hours on it probably yesterday. But I want to record some like videos specifically for it. I'm actually wondering what I should do with the stream VODs because currently it's obviously still all available, but it makes it sound better for the guide if all the VODs are on the guide. But I just kind of like having all my stuff for free, and it's like if you want to go the extra mile, get the guide and make sure it's worth it, Am I in Spear? No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, sadly. Didn't get a ticket in time. I do know the organizers a lot, and I was speaking with them, but I'll send him a prod actually tomorrow. There's a small chance I make it last minute. I would love to go. It is the other side of the country to me. Yeah, I would love to go. But it's hosted by Battle Bear, who I am big fans of. I've been to the Lorcana events before. I do know them quite well personally because I see them very often. But I think, unfortunately, I will not be there. But yeah, analyst desk for Lorcana, Euros, regional qualifier Barcelona. I'm supposed to be playing in Singapore and LA. Just kind of need to see what the immigration office say tomorrow. I need to double check everything's Gucci with that before we lock down. But I think from what I've heard is they said everything's good to go. So yeah, all looking exciting. And basically the plan is to prep for this event that I'm casting as if I was playing. And I'm going to be using all of that prep as a caster to also make sure that I am ready to play, right? Oops, that's not the right deck. That's awkward. That's definitely not the right deck. Give me a moment. You guys weren't supposed to see that. Nobody clipped that. You know, if there's any side events, I have no idea. Sorry. So I still haven't got a game plan really. My usual game plan with Battlefields is just go for which ones I think are best against them. Ripper's Bay could be pretty bad, so maybe we save that for going second. This also doesn't sound great against them. So let's use like Dias going first probably. Also the context changes depending on if you win game 1 or game 2. Not sure how good this matchup is. I think it's probably okay. I honestly could see myself keeping the hand. Discipline might protect a unit. Like they might try to bellows the steel paws, and just having discipline sounds solid, but we could certainly mulligan it, right? We're going to go find your center on 1. Maybe we drop the discipline. I don't think it's bad though. Oops, I guess I'm keeping discipline because I misclicked. Oh well, I'm fine with that. Make sure that they don't hard bargain it, of course. I'm pretty happy to have a discipline in hand, actually. I think there's a good chance we bait a Bellows Breath here. They double D-ramp because of Steel Paws, and we just discipline probably the Steel Paws, right? This Fortress to the right is a pain. Empowering Steel Paws is usually very good in this matchup as well. Becomes very, very difficult for them to deal with. Haven't got tons of experience. Have to ask, why would they Bellows the Steel Paws? Well, basically just because it's like they want to try and remove everything, and Steel Paws is actually a pretty big threat. You'd be surprised. I don't know if it's correct. Basically, the reason I say it is because people have done it against me. Let's go retreat on Scuttle Crab. Not forgetting to ramp. Right? I mean, they might go for it here. Let's see. I didn't hold anything up. I could have like not replayed the Scuttle to hold up discipline, but let's see if they do in fact go for it. Now, a really important thing against Ezreal, the main thing you have to bear in mind is you don't play your champion until you have no cards left in hand. Is this the Bellows? Yeah, there it is. I think I'm fine with that. We did walk into it a little bit more than we needed to, though, it's fair to say. But also, the D-ramp, I think it's fine. Now, if they move in, we probably go Watcher, take the Ezreal out. They don't move in. I can't say I'm too intimidated by anything they got. I'm not going to go for the Nasus. I'm not going to accelerate the Watcher. Having said that, they do have Vex. You know, it's probably just a simple play the Heron and play a Student at base. Still have 2 open. Have a play versus Token Cannon? Not really. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, Steel Paws is an unbelievable card. Like, oh my goodness, I love it. Is it my favorite card of the new set? Probably. There's definitely a few cards I like, but it's probably my favorite. It was actually the card when I was playing against my buddy who was playing this deck, and I was like, wait, Nasus is kind of good actually. It was the card that really made me realize, oh, this is a real deck. It's got to be worth it, right? Now, we should be a little bit scared of Singularity, most likely. Would you play Steel Paws in aggro Ornn? I don't know. Maybe. Don't hate the sound of it at all, actually. I think the logic would be that you probably play it in main deck and then sideboard it out when you're going first. But when you go second, you can open with the Sprite Fountain and Steel Paws also, right? Probably I would play it. Like, the issue is how much draw do you have? There's a very good chance I end up playing Ornn and going for best of Ornn, by the way. I haven't tested the deck yet, but it's very, very, very much on my radar. Just go bing, bam. I'm probably just going to play the Heron here, to be honest. Get a double dip on the Heron. Pay 0 for Consult the Pass, maybe. Whoops. So next card I play costs less. So like, I could just watch her in base here, for example. Bellows the Ezreal. I mean, can they really come back from that? Well, I won't be contesting it in Barca, Mr. Star. That's the good news. Do you prefer YouTube or Twitch viewership? I prefer whichever you fancy, mate. Whichever is the better viewing experience for you is what I prefer. Thank you for asking. I don't know. We could just pay like 0 for Consult the Past. I think it's kind of fine to just watch her. Costs us 3, right? Double Heron trigger. Very greedy. Is it ever Nasus? No. So the reason it's not Nasus is actually very simple. So this is 5. Draw. Then it goes to 4. Now we can play this for free. So I would actually do that now. Just so I make sure I get a react window. It was a little bit late technically, but the reason it's not Nasus is very simple. And it's because it's in my champ zone. And yeah, the Watcher is a bit over the top, but I'm not worried about Ruination in game, like whatever it's called. What's it called? It's not Ruination, obviously. It's what's it called, guys? Downwell. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Downwell in game 1. It is actually a card that can cause us some problems game 2, no doubt about that. What's my opinion on Tasty Feyfolk? My opinion on Tasty Feyfolk is like, it's super okay. But I'm not sure that okay is quite good enough for what I want, you know? The problem here for Ezra is they're just too far behind. They've just got too many big stats on the board. They need like a singularity or something like this really to have much of a chance, right? Double Heron trigger again, so actually play the Nasus now. Because it costs 4. Let's move this guy back. This guy's stuck. Let's float a power. Bit greedy that I'm tapping out here, I'm not going to lie. We might live to regret that. Do I even want to do that? Could be a terrible play, but kind of made my bed already. I think it makes basically no sense. I kind of did it already. It would be a bit toxic to undo, but I think this was pretty terrible play actually. I think it's the only amazing card in the deck. I think every card in this deck is quite amazing. There's no bad cards in this deck, I've got to say. There's not a single bad card in this deck. Every card is extremely good. And Watcher, yeah, and Scuttlecrab and Steel Paws and Discipline and Find Your Center and Retreat and Bellows Breath and Student and Consult the Past and Premonition and Nasus Champion and Defy and Discipline. Everything's just good. I definitely played this very wonky over, so with tapping out here was very troll. But I think we'll be just fine. It was so troll. It's like I didn't need the ramp in any way, shape, or form. I could have at least bluffed that I had something, you know. Okay, so let's empower Nasus. Ready to. Double score. Move here. Go to 7. We should be pretty respectful of Watcher. Basically, that's how we lose here. So let's float a power. The question is like with the Heron, do we need to go for the reduction? And the answer is probably not, right? Retreat's pretty good find. Now it's like we have Heron effect. We'll just blow up the Vex, right? Just deramp like hell, but who cares, to be honest with you? I think it's very fine to do so. I think it's fine. So if we blow up the Vex, how much do we burn? Well, we pay 2, 4, 6. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. I'll just hold it. The question is like, do we move these guys in? Probably not. Let's go Richie. Yeah, Tasty's like fine card, but it's like basically if you're playing. So the way of evaluating Tasty Fey Folk, right, is it's a worse watcher, a much worse watcher. So you're basically playing it as a 4th watcher. Would that be reasonable? I could definitely be down for some on thoughts. But also worth bearing in mind I do coaching. So if someone was like, I don't know, I don't have like anyone I'm coaching for best of 1 at the moment, so I don't mind having a little chat. But also understand that I won't be able to give you as much time necessarily, right? But definitely I'm always down to talk on. I'm really interested in the deck, so I appreciate that you're supporting me by watching. So I'm down. Screw it. Why not? My opinions might be bad though. Oh, it's only -2 each time. The list. So was that sprite supposed to have died last time? I guess it did because it didn't gain a point. The thing is like as long as they don't watch her, we just don't lose, right? There's the watcher though. So this is 1. This is -1 and it's 5. This is 4. This is 4. They still have 2 open. It's worth noting that like if we pay for Bellows Breath now, the next one would be free. So we could just like Bellows this. But I also have like Retreat Watcher available, which would probably not be able to come in accelerated because of Vex. I wonder if I ever like actually just go for the bellows on the base now. Probably not, because the sprite cooks me, like, because it heals. So it doesn't make much sense. So if I just like let it happen, where do we end up? Well, I shouldn't be scared, right? Like, the watch is safe. Do I need to do anything with the watcher? Probably not. Ah, it's so tricky. I mean, it's like, it's a waste not to do anything. So maybe I just bellows it, to be honest. It's like, 1 damage. And then it's Heron effect. And also my Nasus will heal this way, right? If you guys are enjoying the content on YouTube, please give the stream a like. It's the best way to help out my channel for free. So, I mean, I guess we justify it, right? Like, why not? I don't even know if it was correct to retreat. It might still be better to retreat the watcher next turn. I think it was a mistake, right? We should just let it happen. All right, so Barbara's good in this matchup. It's a unit that's difficult, like awkward threshold, but moreover, they very often will rely on the Pack of Wonders. Sprite Burst is not supposed to be on my sideboard. We've actually taken it out for a second Singularity, but this is like the matchup you want it, so let's give it a test. Hourglass we definitely want. You would imagine we want Not So Fast. Probably don't want Singularity. So then it's like a lot of cards to cut, which is why we need to be careful to like not overdo it. And this is often the trap. Like, we don't need Stupefy, let's be honest. We just don't need it. To be honest, there's also an argument we don't need Discipline, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. I actually kind of don't love Premonition. It's a bit risky. This is the thing about Sprite Burst, right? Like, I've basically cut it from the deck already. Like, do we really not want to be playing Disciplines? Surely that's Troll. Surely we do. So I'm actually going to cut the Premonition, as weird as that sounds. I actually might just cut the Sprite Burst, because I'm not going to play it anymore. And this is kind of a good example of why. It's like, this is like the matchup where you would think it's like at its best. And it's like, there's not really that much space for it, you know? I got it onto 1 Consult Your Past. I don't know, the draw's weird. It sounds like it should be good, but I'm not sure that it is. Let's go Ripper's Bay. Why play Sprite Mother and Turn to Dust instead of Barbara? Have you read what Barbara does? I might answer the question. The answer is because Barbara is quite broken. The Hourglass is also broken, so I'm going to hold on to it. Barbara is like the best gear removal in this game, honestly. We probably don't play the Hourglass yet. Like, this card is absolutely absurd. It's so good. It's a 4 for 4 that banishes a gear with no power cost, and we ramp with this deck. Like Barbara is like unbelievable. So we probably drop the retreat sadly because we're off to a weird start. Damn it! Wish I had my retreat now, don't I? I could have gone like Barbara retreat this time, so maybe it was troll anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Bad start, no doubt about that. But we had Sprite Mother in the deck initially. It's like basically the last card that got cut. Right, you can play 7 energy unit and ready to rinse. Yeah, I mean, Turn to Us is fine, but Barbara's just good. Turn to Dust is like a good card, but it can be sabotaged and stuff. Barbara's just basically like the best gear removal in the game right now, I think. Prefect is good also, like against specifically Aurora, but I mean, that's a weird old hand. We can't accelerate Watcher. So now the question is it Hourglass or Student? I mean, Student just gets removed immediately, and we can see that. They can go the list -2, puts it to 5. This doesn't do it. Hey, Smurf, what's up, buddy? I'm chilling, man. It's a later stream today than usual, but busy day, good day, very, very successful day. I started off my day by going to the local department store thingy-majigger shopping center to buy a new mouse because my mouse broke. I spilt water on it. When I say I spilt water on it, I mean I slammed the desk in an unfortunate outburst and spilt water everywhere, which broke my mouse. Yeah, that's really bad for us. Not much I could have done about it, to be honest. They didn't have it before. I don't have the file not so fast in hand. No, I'm casting Barcelona. I just got announced. This is why I'm going Rippers Bay game 2, by the way, right? Like, I'm going second. Rippers Bay, this is probably like the matchup is going to cook us in. We're still not locked in on this battlefield by any stretch. Nah, I'm not supposed to play these because of the hourglass, right? Do I play Barbara? No. Thoughts on Clockwork? We tried it. I cut it. The thing is like Clockwork Keeper is too expensive for the power cost. The power cost is too heavy. So I actually preferred Watchful Sentry and Octopus over Clockwork Keeper. Octopus was pretty good. The problem with Octopus is it's actually extremely detrimental against Aurora when you have to be the aggressor. And also in a matchup like this, where you're the aggressor, the Octopus is just actively bad. The Watchful Sentry I prefer to Clockwork Keeper because it doesn't cost you any power. And it also draws you a card when you play it in the early game. But Ravenbloom Student's just really good stats and contests with Stupefy, with Discipline. It is actually the most recent addition to the deck. But like you can't argue with Stupefy, especially when you're playing Bellows Breath, right? Speaking of Bellows Breath, the Bellows Breath is pretty tempting here. We have to make a decision on what we discard. Barbara is very good, guys, I'll be honest with you, but let's get rid of Steel Paws. Definitely a good decision not to have played those units. Our opponent let us take it back, which was nice of them. We're in a horrible position, let's be honest. Like, we're in an absolutely disastrous position. We had a really bad start here. So we can see Kha'Zix is in hand, and Kha'Zix is going to play for 6 stats, so we shouldn't go near the Ezreal here unless we're going to go Watcher, which we're absolutely going to do, guys, I'll be honest with you, because they have 2 flipping guys at the base that are just waiting to get cooked. Oh, we have Defy. So, I mean, the play here is just always going to be Heron in here, Watcher Accelerate. Watcher Accelerate puts this to 1, Kha'Zix comes in at 6. Would be a trade, but then we can Bellows the Ezreal and hit the guys in the back. It seems fine enough. So we go to 1. Going to accelerate Watcher for full cost. Nasus ready 2. We actually want the Kha'Zix to be played here. It's a trap. It's a trap! It's a trap! Call me Admiral Akbar. Guys, I might randomly go. This game, Runeterra, it's the physical version, yeah, of Runeterra. It's the new Riot game. Oh my goodness, never could have seen it coming. Free repeat. BAM! Do we play Barbara? Probably not, right? Watcher Bellows bails us out. Important that we didn't play the Student and the Steel Paws, right? We were able to discard them. It would have been nice to hold on to the Steel Paws. There's a very real chance it was better to hold on to Steel Paws instead of Barbara. But we'll see. Like, Steel Paws in power is so difficult for them to answer. Very good chance Steel Paws was a better keep than Barbara. But Barbara's great. Can hit the list. It can hit the Pack of Wonders. Treasure Trove. So you'd imagine it's going to be Iona they pick. Well, it's the only tag. And Watcher comes in, which... Right, so they're probably going to go Deadly Flourish on one, Watcher on the other, right? We don't actually have a good way of getting over this Watcher right now. Do I still play Lorcana? I do, yeah. I just got announced as on the analyst desk for Lorcana, which is exciting. So, I mean, we should just defy that, right? Let's be honest. It's just pretty easy to defy. Now I announce Heron Trigger. Just to make them panic. We can't actually do anything about that, but... Yeah, for EU European Championships. Oh! Did I just bluff my way? That's toxic, guys. Did I just bluff my way into them not attacking? Just go, Heron Trigger, next card produced, and they're like, oh, better not play into that any further. I mean, we do have an hourglass, to be fair, right? I mean, we're probably just developing Nasus. Heron effect. Ready to move both back. I think it's fine to move both back. Stack deck is 20 USD. Sheesh. I got some stack deck promos that I like traded super cheap, and I was like, I bet these are worth a lot more than we'll discipline Barbara because it's like the hourglass as well. Okay, sure. Oh wait. It's the hourglass, right? It still counts as 3. Pros are 18-ish? Wait, what? How does that make any sense? Guys, you're kidding, right? So we don't quite win yet with the Nasus empowered. We're 1 off. And we're walking into a big fat Watcher. They've got Watcher and they're probably not very afraid to use it. So, but if they play Watcher, they can't get both, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Power Nasus, ready 2. He goes here because he... Then the question is like... What's actually the best way to play against the Watcher? Is it just split the battlefield? So what's the best play? They can't go Watcher, 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 Bellows. They're not at these stats yet. I'm just preemptively predicting. Like, do we just stack everything? So we go like 9, 13 stats. They're going to have 4 to play with. Like, I think for sure we do that, right? Using declaring Heron Trigger for your second card played each time rather than the first, like the card says. Why are you failing to read the card properly, Blood? Are you coming into the chat telling me that I'm not reading the card properly while you're simultaneously literally not reading the card properly? That's awkward. You can leave now. Don't worry. No, I'm kidding, Candy Bar. Respect. But yeah, literally read the card, mate. The trigger is on the first card and you get the reduction on the second card. Blood. I actually don't know how to play this. It's quite tricky. Intuitively, my gut feeling is like split the battlefields. I think it might be like this. I don't know. I could have spent some more time thinking about it. I think the not so fast means I don't have to consider it too much. That's the 8th win in the row for Nasus. Right. That's an 8-game win streak. Like Protective Sands. Yeah, I don't mind the sound of that. I mean, I played two not so fast. So, whoops. The list we had here was slightly outdated, right? Because what we've done is we cut the sprite burst for a second singularity on the sideboard. And I think that game showed why. Like, sprite burst, you think like the best matchup for it is going to be something like that. Yeah, I like Otter and Nasus too. I played Otter and Nasus quite a bit, but it is not correct because it's so bad into Aurora. Green Dog is hideous unplayable in Ivern. Yeah, sad. Poor Ivern. So we are 40th. We're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8-game win streak with Nasus. Lol. I feel like I'm not even playing that cleanly, man. The deck is just a bit busted. The deck is just a bit busted, you know? How's the Jays tempo deck? Not very good, probably. I don't know. It's fun, but the problem is like, why play it when Jace Aurora is just cleaning up so hard? So, interesting decision point on what battlefield to go for. I still have really not got a plan in mind. Signature card? Mid. Not good enough. No, it's not. Go Rek'Sai. Nasus not easy. What do you mean? I think Nasus is pretty easy, actually. Don't think it's a very difficult deck to play well. You used to have like finite decisions, right? Like because you play a lot of big guys. Might also be that I say that because I'm used to playing terrible decks. Like you're talking to a Teemo one trick. I mean, Teemo with Chord Shot was broken, guys. Like, I swear to God that deck was good enough to win the tournament. Do we take it seriously? I don't know. I mean, it's like, just testing, right? It's just better quality testing. That's the only reason I'm doing it here. Like, I just want better quality testing than... Yeah, and also just like better quality viewer experience for you guys. The problem is if you just queue randomly, the stream is kind of boring because like there's so many people that respectfully don't know what they're doing. In the most respectful way possible, I say that, you know. It's a pretty terrible hand. Still being on the Nasus grind is crazy. I think I want to try Ambessa next. I gotta say, I think Ambessa is on my list. Where's my flipping thingamajigabababa, guys? Has anybody seen my thingamajigabababa? Hello, Beth. They could ride the wind. Are they really going to go for it? Hope Renekton gets figured out. It has been figured out. I figured it out. You want to know what I figured out? That it's bad. Really bad. Extremely bad. Do everyone do this? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of terrible. Wind Wall is a thing, right? Whatever it's called. I mean, we could, and like Premonition to draw, but we deramp. It's like, do we really need to deramp? It could just be Steel Paws. It actually could even just be Nasus at base because of the deflect. I think I prefer Nasus. Dominus is better? Yeah. In the best performing Renekton list I could find from the past week for the podcast, which we filmed before the stream started and gets published tomorrow, it didn't have any copies of the signature spell, which is kind of, I was a bit surprised by. But the deck actually got like an okay result. I did get an okay result, you know. I want to see what's in your hand, buddy. Oh, wait, I do the conservatory. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, they need to discard a card first, right? I am actually getting ahead of myself. Discard Patch Porobot. Floated 2. That's intimidating. Oh, nice. So it's probably the Swain build. Have I played League of Legends like once? Hey, young Sea Otter, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it, mate. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to showing what I can do behind the casting desk. I'm actually like, I'm 30 now, and I've been casting card games now for like 6 years. So I'm kind of experienced, and I'm honestly really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been itching to get in the booth for Riftbound. Hopefully, I do a good job. Let's go, Otter. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope Chris is good. That's my guy. So Vex is to the left. To be honest, like what's kind of tempting here is like, where's my Bellows Breath first and foremost, guys? I'll be honest with you. It's like kind of tempted to just send the Nasus into Vex. They have 5 available, which could be like Ride the Wind and Starcrossed. It's not a great spot, but I think it's just always Nasus to the left, right? See what they do. Yeah, there is 2 unknowns. Look, bam, bam. It's just good courtesy to just leave it open, especially when you play online, because like nobody's got time to write everything down. It's public information. I could write it down, right? I'm new to TCGs. What is it about Riftbound that stands out to you? Great question. There's a lot of things, but I think like the biggest point would be for me is like let me just think through my turn first. Is the skill expression is something that really resonates with me. It's what I'm looking for in a card game, to have high skill expression. I think Riftbound has that in abundance. So we could go Watcher Accelerated. I mean, I got a lot of them. We could also develop the Heron, right? It's actually a really tricky spot because I don't have Bellows Breath, but there is still 3 of them in the deck. So there's also a chance that like the Stupefy draws me one, right? It's like if I go Stupefy, draw the Bellows. We could also empower Steel Paws. Don't totally hate that line. I think it's okay. Might go for it. So they're reacting to this trigger. The thing with Heron is like, it's kind of bad play. So this hasn't resolved yet. Star-crossed. But they know we have Defy, so I'm a bit confused by this play, but that's fine by me. Now ready to. This is why I went for this play, because it's like they're just paying it onto a deflect card. I will say I don't totally love this play. Diana Lunary, it's going to trigger. But, I mean, it's not bad, is it? Okay, it's quite scary. Stack deck, sure. So we have cleared them. That's good. The problem is I've got not, both my guys might get taken out because I don't have Defies. Hey man, I appreciate your content. Thanks. I'm a main Nasus. Wants your opinion. The deck's great, man. I love the deck. I have a whole guide on it, which I'm going to be adding a lot more depth to this week. This is a bit of a weird position. The thing is our fortunes change very quickly with a simple Bellows Breath. But triple Heron in hand is awkward. We had a bad start here. What did they discard? Patch Probot again. Flip it deck. Conservatory trigger. Okay, that's good. We like that. Of course, we're going to play the Stupefy here. That's a no-brainer. Stupefy doing God's work. It's now their focus. I like that there is skill expression in sequences. Yeah, there's also a lot of skill expression in deck building, like tons. I love the deck building experience in this game. I think it's extremely good. I love the meta diversity. Love the skill expression. The game is just damn good. They don't have this anymore, by the way, right? Or do they? I guess they do. Yeah. They do. Moonfall. So they're not targeting anything. They're just giving my guy -2. They know I have Defy, by the way. They are aware that I have Defy. It's like, it's a trap, guys. So how big is the student right now? It's 3. But now the Find Your Center will only cost me 1 as well. Yeah, this Defy was a great find. This is actually the matchup that I wanted to play Not So Fast in main for. We have recently cut it for main to squeeze in the Ravenbloom student Stupefy. But you can see how good the Stupefy was here, to be fair. Bro. That's crazy. I mean, we just let it happen, right? Because if I defy it, they just ride the wind anyway. I don't think this is a very good line from them. They know we have Defy. Yeah, Nasus. Deflect. Like, yes, slow start, right? For us, but we're absolutely chilling here, mate. I don't have a window to Find Your Center yet because it is, yeah. But we just slam the Watcher and Defy. We have 8. Oh, this is ready, sorry. Ready 2. In we go. Trigger Conservatory, of course. Yeah, the play was poor. No more Faith Folk? No, hardly ever really played it. It's actually interesting if we just let that happen, right? Like, if we defy it, they move, it's bad for us. It's fine. Where's that resolve? What to replace Faith Folk with? Faith Folk's like fine, especially if you're on a budget. Let's go Find Your Center for 1. Oh yeah. Coming from Orkana, how easy is this game to pick up? Not easy. Bro, I want a best of and finish 70th, and I feel like there's so much I don't know about this game. That's why I'm having to prep harder for this event than I've had to prep for any casting event before, because the game is so complex. Hold prior. I don't quite know what that means, but okay. Hair. So there's a good chance I have more Ride the Winds. They didn't score. I don't think we do have to stop that. I don't know. They know we have another one. Do we have to stop it? I mean, sure, it's probably fine. They probably just have more though, that's the thing. Or they have Fizz. So it's like, is it even worth it at this moment in time? They know we have the Defy, right? They know we have the Defy. I don't really want to D-ramp. The problem is if we Defy it, they'll probably play another one. Doesn't mean we force the other one out. And if we don't force this one out, like if we Defy it, then they could like Starcross us or so. I get the Raven Bloom trigger. I guess like let's just play simple and Defy it. Hard bargain, and they pay 4 for this. Well, that resolves, obviously. That's fine. Way trigger on students, so it goes to 11. Conservatory. Finally draw a Bellows Breath. And we just retreat this, right? Do you think we've got enough cards in hand, guys? Do we hide the Hourglass? Probably. Hold up enough so I can still discipline this way. I'll be honest, guys. We should have lost this game by a long way. Our opponent made some unfortunate decisions. We did also make some good decisions, though, right? Which, like, punished their play. Like, we made some proactive play punish decisions. Fizz Ride the Wind. Sure. I guess the game's not over then, because I would lose to Starcrossed. No, I don't lose to Starcrossed though. It's fine-ish for now. What the hell can they hide in this deck, chat? What the flip can be hidden? Smoke screens, very scary. Tide Turner, Evelyn, sure. Timo. Are we dead? Smoke screen -4. Means we're at 3. I think we might be dead. We ready 2. So we've got 2 runes to play with. We go discipline, so we're at 9. We're at 9. They're going to be at 2, 4, 5. 5, 5. I think we're fine. I think the discipline saves us, right? 2, 3, 5. Bam! Woo! Let's go! Discipline's a good card, eh? Discipline's a good card. Okay, so obviously we're bringing in Not So Fast, Singularity, probably the Hourglass, probably cut the Premonition based off this game, right? What else do we want to get rid of here? Well, the streak does not continue yet because it's a best of 3. It's not over just yet. Stupefy was good, to be fair. Very good, actually. So, what do we get rid of? Maybe Consult the Pass can go. Based off this last game, we had no draw issues. Heron, actually reasonable. Let's go down to 2 Herons here. Based off this last game. I mean, Heron can definitely be great. But... And then we're going second. So, Lair's gone. This one is better for us. So, we're going to use Ripper's Bay going second. Because the premise here is that the Ripper's Bay is our weaker battlefield of the 2. And we use the weaker battlefield of the 2 going second. And we use the better battlefield of the 2 in this matchup going first. If we'd lost game 1, we'd do it the other way around. Dropping a Heron. This might actually be the first time I've ever dropped a Heron, guys, from the main deck. From the deck. Like with the sideboard decision. I think it might be the first time ever. Now, that's awkward. But let's go for this. Come on, give me a 2-drop. Probably we do this just to cycle. Ooh, 2-drop. Okay. Am I going to Barcelona? I'm casting Barcelona. It got announced today. I'm allowed to talk about it, finally. Yeah, I'm casting. Making my Riftbound casting debut. And I'm supposed to be competing at Singapore and LA. It's not totally locked in yet, but that's the plan. So they're ready to. They also have the Diana available. Well, we're going to Ripper's Bay every day of the week, mate. Ripper's Bay works off Starcross. Yeah, we're not locked in on Ripper's Bay. It's like the main question mark, really, in the whole deck. There's not another battlefield I particularly care for, though. And it's at the very least, it's very bloody fun. And sometimes in life, it's not about what's good, you know, or best. It's about what's damn fun. So then the next question is, do we find your center or do we develop the student? I'm just going to ramp. The thing is the watch is going to be awkward this turn, to be honest with you. They play hard bargain, so we should double check. Ooh! 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 Oh, things about to get filthy, guys. Star tipped. What's star tipped again? Remind me. Star tipped peak, right? Okay, things aren't quite ready to get filthy just yet. I mean, I guess we just develop the Nasus, right? Deflect 2. So we could go student, but we could also go hourglass. But I think the student's good, right? Why not? It's green, blue, aurora. Here. Star tipped. What? Turn 3, 10 runes. Oh, we ramp. Do you see Nasus list got first? I did, yeah, I did a video on it. I did a video on all the best decks of the weekend. Actually, no, I didn't do a video on that yet. But I did talk about it on the podcast, which hasn't been posted yet. Lol. What's star tipped again? Is it like the hold one? Yeah, it's terrible. Isn't it better for opponent? The other one that people play is they play the flipping. What's it called? You guys know the flipping. What's it called, right? Paper tree. Paper tree could be fine. I'm not personally convinced though. I feel like it might be better for our opponents than it is us, right? We tend to have a lot of runes. I think that like the treasure hoard is one of the ones I've felt better overall. But again, it's like, is it really better for us than it is than our opponent? I don't know that I'm convinced that it is. So this is an interesting spot. They've got a ton of flipping runes open. I don't have Watcher Bellows Breath, unfortunately. They've got so many runes open. They've got Starcrossed in hand. 7 open is a bit outrageous. It's almost certainly Tide Turner hidden, right? Yeah, I mean, opening discipline is quite hard to argue with. The question is, what would we discipline? Let me pause and stop reading chat for a minute. Let's get in the tank here. They're only at 5. There's no threat of losing here unless they intentionally lose a battlefield and then do some shenanigans of ride the winds. That's something we have to be a little cautious of. We've got a lot of luxury with double Defy in hand. The hand's extremely good. You would imagine the most likely play here is Vex. Moonfall is action speed as well, right? That's something to be cautious of. I do quite like just opening with discipline on the student, but it's also like we lose a lot of surprise value if I just pre-commit. The other thing is like Hourglass is kind of good, but it's also like if we're going to go in here, we should just be like preemptively watchering, right? And we should be watchering before Vex is at the battlefield. So it's probably just open Watcher, to be honest. The other consideration is instead of opening Watcher, if it's just discipline first, then open Watcher. Let's try that. I'm just going to boost the big boy. He's got deflect, mate. You know? We do give him a window to double star cross now. I'm trying to bait them into the Nasus. Double star cross would hurt because one resolves, but so here's a question. Do I care about star-crossed on the Watcher? Sure. We could let it go, but we're going to ready 2 runes afterwards, so like they need exactly another star-crossed in hand and not Fizz, right? Fizz is obviously not available. Sure. Okay. I don't want to preemptively play the Hourglass. So if we go Nasus to the right, they have Diana plus Vex. Student back up to 3 from the Defy resolving. Sure. Wait. Is it at 3? Discipline Defy. Right. Thanks. Why does this have 1? Oh, because it's literally 1. I mean, sending this in first seems like the correct play. Acceptable losses. Sure. They're worried about bellows, but I mean, it doesn't do much, does it? Is there any punish for just sending Watcher in? They have max. I think it's fine, right? I want to leave the Nasus at base. So smoke screen would send my Watcher to 3. They have 1 card left in hand. I mean, I just defy it, right? I just don't care. We also get Targon's Peak through this, not that it does anything for us. Diana Tide Turner, so we go to 3. They're only at 5 points. Nasus can stay at base. How am I moving the Watcher? Because Vex is at base, which is why I went Watcher before they could Tide Turner to move the Vex here, right? I mean, I guess if we go Watcher, could they just Tide Turner and then suddenly react? How does that resolve? I think the Watcher would still be on the board, right? They're only at 6. So for sure, we always hit 1 student. The question is, do we also go for Vex? I mean, the student can basically get to a max of 3. I think I just don't care about my own resources at this point. Ah, that's not true because of steel. Yeah, I can still empower steel paws. I got a little bit greedy though, to be honest. Car 6? Damn, that's a good play. It's fine. We also have this, right? Did I score this turn? We have to leave this here because otherwise we lose to Ride the Wind. It's pretty scary. Good top deck at this stage. Oh, GG. Singularity. Good addition. Good addition. 9 wins in a row. Undefeated in 9. Ooh. 9 wins in a row, guys. This guy just can't lose. I'm not going to stream for much longer, to be honest. We're up to 31st. I'm not going to stream for much longer. We might play one more. I'm going to go see what my girlfriend's doing, and I'll be right back. So you think Rengo Rexar will take Barcelona like he took Ottawa? Do I think Rengo Rexar will take Barcelona? Nah, I don't. Nope. I play the bird. I play 3 copies. This was the first game ever on this deck where I didn't play 3 birds because I sideboarded 1 out, which I think in this matchup might be correct. To be fair, I'll be right back though. We might play one more, but we might call it there. Find the bird is overrated. Why do so many people say that? Like, yeah, I think the bird is overrated. I think the bird is a bait. I mean, I'm on an 8-game. Wait, is it 8-game? No, it's 9-game win streak, right? We have like 80% win rate with Nasus overall, I think. Let me double check what the win rate actually is. We can see some stats. Wait, here. No, that's not. I'm not wanting to look at this guy's stats. I want my stats. So, my stats. If you just look at this, this was like. Don't ask me about the 7 a.m. The 7 a.m. day. I literally played Riftbound until 7 a.m. a couple weeks back, and I was just losing and having a great time. Don't ask about that. But I think we started Nasus around here, to be fair. But let's just say we started Nasus here. Like when we got to grips with the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 19 wins, 4 losses since we started getting to grips. This was such a troll loss. I lost to Vi. Like, that is such a flipping stinker. So we're on like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-game win streak. I think it might be 9. I think the one we had just maybe didn't go through yet. But yeah, it's fun. I'm going to dip there though, guys. Again, super privileged to be casting Barcelona soon. I hope I do you guys proud. I'm quietly confident that I will. What I think of Temporal Breach, great card. Don't think it's great in this deck though. To be honest, like the first thing I wanted to do when playing Nasus was try Rockfall Path and Breach. But I mean, to be honest, I actually wouldn't mind. You know what we'll do, chat? We're not going to end like the stream immediately. We're going to have a chill. We're not going to do any more gameplay. If you're here for Nasus gameplay, we're not doing any more of that. But we're just going to have a chill. Let's just chat about the meta for a bit. I wouldn't mind. Let me just make sure I don't leak anything. Any of my secret decks. Oh, I almost did. I almost leaked a best of. I'm coaching. Guys, if you want coaching, by the way, if you're going for best ofs especially, I'm your man. And yeah, we do have a guide now out on Nasus, but I need to add a lot to it tomorrow and this week. It's kind of in early access, if you will, for now. So, I mean, basically, I'm playing Singapore, right? That's the plan, and also LA. So I'm like interested. I'm like, what decks could I go for? Having said that, there's also like other decks which I'm kind of interested in, which are not in best of contention. Like I'm always interested in my goat. This guy's my goat. You know, I'm still a bit sad I sold my best of Teemo. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might live to regret that one. but I needed the money, so it is what it is. I also split, sadly, but there was another guy with a great record. Me and him were neck and neck the whole day, and we did split the prize. We got 10k each. Can't complain with that. Let's be honest. So Vi is like the best of. I want to chase the most, but the deck is terrible. Like, I'm a Vi fanboy. I'll be honest. I'm an arcane sucker, guys. So if we just look in the context of best ofs, I'll be honest and tell you which ones I would consider going for. No, no, no. Maybe? No. Probably not. No. Yes, definitely I would consider going for Ornn. Lucian, I don't think so. No, no, probably not. Lilia, maybe. Kha'Zix, I would definitely consider going for. It's my kind of deck. Diana, no. Ivan, no. LeBlanc, no. Vex, probably not. Jin, maybe. Jin, I could actually be interested in. Vi, definitely, even though it's pants. Rengar, no. Pike, probably not. No, 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 no. Definitely not. No. Yeah, Ambessa, I'm kind of interested in. I'm pretty interested in Ambessa. So the thing is, right, I'll be totally blunt with you guys. Here's my plan, right? I'm casting Regional Qualifier Barcelona, right? The next event in Europe after that is European Championships. I would obviously love to cast that naturally. I have no idea if I am. In fact, the only thing I have an idea of is that I definitely have not been asked to cast it at this stage, right? They might already have a lineup planned that I'm not part of. I have no clue, right? It's my first event. I might do terribly. They might not want me back. You know, I'm pretty confident I'm going to do a good job, as you would hope. I'm putting the work in. I've got a lot of experience. So I'm hoping if the stars align, you know, I'm doing the Lorcana European Championships in a month or so. I'm hoping I could also do the Riftbound one. That would be amazing. That was definitely the goal for this year. In fact, I would love to do Worlds for Riftbound. That would be great. So in an ideal world, basically what I'm telling you guys is my ideal situation in the next like couple months is I cast Barcelona, I do a good job. I go to Singapore and I get top 64 and qualify for a championship, right? What does color commentator mean? It's like an American term. Basically, I'm like the expert role, right? If you think you've got more of like a host role, that's what we do in Lorcana. We have like more of a hosty kind of role, more flavor. And then color commentator is more like analysis. I don't personally think color commentator describes my casting style because I very much think that I merge color commentator and play by play. Like I actually really like doing play by play, if that makes sense. But my style is kind of like a mix between the two. I'm definitely usually not the more hosty person though. That's just because I'm like super into the high level parts of the game. Basically, it's gonna be my job to try and explain what's happening, why is it happening, what decision making is gonna be, like what decisions are happening, right? Which is gonna be fun. Yeah, that's basically the gist. It's like more the analytical side of stuff. So basically, my hope is I go, yeah. But by the way, guys, I'll be honest. I get quite excited when I cast. So my view of myself has always been I'm kind of like a hybrid. I kind of mix between the two. But really, my job when I cast is I just like try and play to my co-caster strengths, right, and fill the gaps. And but realistically, also what I like to do is I like to be like very invested in the game. Yeah, it's very sports broadcasting. I don't hate it by any stretch, but yeah, I think like at the end of the day, the reality is it's just a you know, it's just some words doesn't define. Like I think I have a lot of like casting philosophy, and like the main thing I would say is that the most important thing is that you and your co-caster are just playing to each other's strengths and making sure you're between you meeting the needs of the audience, right? Which is often like why when I'm casting, I'm really trying to be very knowledgeable because when I'm watching casts from mainly from my days of Gwent, which was the first game that I was card game that I was involved with. I started off as a viewer. I was watching every event, and the casting would annoy me when people were just talking about other stuff, right? And I just looked like, what do I want from a caster, basically? Am I going to a showdown series? I don't think so. I should send them a ping tomorrow, though. I was talking to them, but it doesn't look like it's happening. But there's a chance we some sort of stream from it remotely, even. I don't know. I do know the organizers, but I kind of forgot to get a ticket. I will say it's so far from me. Like Germany is a big country, and honestly, it would probably be easier to get to this place from the UK than it is from here. It would take me like, I don't know, 10 hours, maybe not 10. It would take me like 8 hours plus. I would love to go though, but I think I'm a bit late with it. But yeah, basically, plan is I go to Barcelona, hopefully do a good job, go to Singapore, get top 64, right? Qualify for a championship, use that invitation to play in the North American Championship, go for my best of Timo there, right? Obviously, I'm going for overnumbered Timo, and that one I would keep. Or maybe I sell it and buy back my old one, right? Uh, and then I can go to LA, and I either by then hopefully know if I'm working. Maybe I might know if there's a chance for me to do Euros or not by then. And if the answer is yeah, we think we want you for Euros, well then I don't need to go for a second invite, and I could like chase the best of. Although maybe I'd still want to try and play something that's like really good to push the top, and maybe who knows? Maybe even if I don't need an invite, yeah, I would chase the best of. I think best ofs are cool. I don't think I'm good enough to win the whole tournament, to be honest. But I could like chase the best of, right? And then that'd be sick. That'd be perfect. But there's a lot of ifs, much maybes, right? Basically, bottom line is I go to Barcelona and focus on doing the best job I can. Then I go to Singapore and I really chase the qualification because I definitely want to compete for best of Timo, for sure. Yeah, Vice Pants, to be honest. So then the question is like, which decks am I interested in? Well, I mean, I could even go full try hard and play like just what I think is the best deck in the format for Singapore. I don't know how many players are in Singapore. So what deck do I think is the best deck in the format? Maybe Master Yi. I don't think I would play something there's no best of available at all, to be honest. What deck do I think is the best deck in the format? Personally, but I've heard it's got some bad matchups. Like Alan reckons it's really bad into Mel, right? Not sure I buy that. You'll almost definitely not see me play this deck, but like, I mean, it's no secret. I've just been saying so much in all my videos. Every time I see Aurelia, I'm like, why did I not play more of this card? Like, guys, this card is so broken with this card. There's just no way this is bad. Like, there's just literally no way. Nothing to Metify does not offer either PayPal or Google Pay. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. I have no idea, mate, to be honest. Save your money. It's my advice. I appreciate the support though. Bro, there's just no way this is not broken. There's just no way. There's just no way. But the thing is I've also got the luxury of Singapore waiting to see what's what. I mean, let's be honest. There's a very real chance I play Nasus. Now, I didn't think I would have any interest in playing Nasus, which is why I was playing him on stream. Because, to be honest, like, I like to keep what deck I'm playing off stream. But there's a very good chance you just see me play Nasus with this exact set of cards. It's a really good deck. I will say, I'm kind of interested in Ambessa. I'm kind of interested in some like go second builds. So like, here's another thing right for you. While we're in the, I'm not wanting to reveal too many secrets, but I can tell you something I've looked at the other day, which is champions that cost 3 and are playable in the champ zone, right? Like, let's just put them all into a deck. Shen, but he costs a power. He doesn't really count. that don't cost a power. Okay, so Fiora, Lucian, Rek'Sai, also Lucian, Pike, Diana, Pike, Lilia, Akali, Kennen. There's not many of them, right? There's not many. Now, why am I interested in this? Well, because this card got banned. This was the most broken card in Riftbound. My prediction was this was going to be the first card ever banned, by the way. If you go back to my set 1 stuff, I thought this card would be the first card ever banned. So, and that was my prediction. I basically used this in every single deck ever. And I would have already qualified for the European Championships had I not bottled my side decision against Draven in the penultimate round. I would have, if I won my Arena's Greatest, I only dropped 1 game on Arena's Greatest the whole weekend. And it was in the second to last round. I had a dead switcheroo as my only card in hand that did nothing. I think if I just had like 2 points, I was winning. They thought they'd lost. I had a brick switcheroo in hand. Should have sideboarded it out. I think literally any other card, basically if it was like more than 2 might, 3 might, made a bad sideboard decision. And it was the only game I dropped a weekend on Arena's Greatest. Broken card. Now, the reason Arena's Greatest is so broken, basically the link back to this is like stratagem cards in Gwent, which is my, oh bro, I would so happily play some Gwent right now. Oh, it's a bit too late, but I would be so interested in playing Gwent right now. I love Gwent, man. What a game. Stratagem, I think, is this one, right? So in Gwent, they added these things called stratagems, which basically is like some phantom points you get when going first. Think Hearthstone coin, right? In Gwent, it's a big disadvantage to go first. So where's TA? Because that's the standard one. Here, they literally don't have it on this site. What the flip? That's so weird. Someone should message these guys on this site that is like super old. But this is a good example. So basically, like if you go first, you get a stratagem and it gives you 5 points, right? But there's some stratagems which are like this one in particular. This stratagem was so broken that suddenly, even though going first was such a big disadvantage, you could really abuse this stratagem in go first decks. Now, Gwent was conquest format, which is like what you usually see in online card games where you bring 3 decks, 1 gets banned, or you bring 4 decks, 1 gets banned, and you have to win with all 3, right? But what would happen is you would have decks designated to go first and decks designated to go second. And by the end of Gwent's life cycle, when it was getting support from developers still, was you would see cards like this just be really abusing going first. So as soon as I saw Battlefields, I was like, right, how can I abuse going first as much as possible in a very similar way to like how Gwent worked, right, with the coin flip. And Arena's Greatest was always the standout. And my point is that what Arena's Greatest as a card does is it has the opposite kind of effect in what you want. So I also thought Grove of the Godwillow would get banned at some point, which has not happened. Still think it should probably be banned, even though it doesn't really see much play yet. Definitely expect to see Grove of the Godwillow a lot more than you guys would probably anticipate in Barcelona. I have a feeling it's just going to be a really good replacement for Arena's Greatest, because the logic is in Riftbound, you always have 1 game guaranteed go first. So how do you abuse that as much as possible? Well, Grove of the Godwillow is a good example of how you do that, but Arena's Greatest is like way more abusable, right? But yeah, Grove of the Godwillow, it's a lot more fair, but I still think it probably should be banned at some point. I don't expect it to happen anytime soon, but I do think it is going to happen at some point. That's definitely a big hot take. I'm not that sure on it. But my original hot take back in set 1 was this card will be the first card to get banned, and this will be the second. Because it abuses the coin flip, right? I was definitely wrong on that, obviously. But, you know, came right eventually. But now that this card is gone, what this card did is it increased the disparity between going first and going second, right? So you want a perfect 50-50, ideally, from a game design point of view. You want going first and going second to be perfectly equal, right? So usually in games like Riftbound, going first has an advantage, but maybe going second player, like in Lorcana, you draw an extra card if you go second in Lorcana. There's nothing like that in Riftbound, except, of course, you get that additional rune, which is a big deal, a big deal. Going second, you get 1 additional rune, and that 1 additional rune is there for every single turn, right? So What Arena's Greatest did was it increased the disparity between the player going first and going second. So let's say it's like 55-45 on average, right? Arena's Greatest turned it to like 70-30, if not more. Honestly, I think it 80-20. It was so broken, man. I honestly cannot overstate how broken this card was. The fact that more people didn't play it for the longest time was mind-blowing to me. Like, yeah. Broken. It was always broken. It just took a long time for people to realize. Anyway, I digress. Now that this card is gone, the argument to play a deck that is built to go specifically second is suddenly a lot more compelling. Because you don't have to play into Arena's Greatest, and you don't just have like an auto loss. It's like definitely controversial, but what deck would it ever be correct to do in? Well, probably one of these, where you have a 3-cost champ. What's the logic of doing it? Well, in a deck where there's terrible 2-drops that you don't want to play, and you always want to have curve, which is probably like an aggressive deck, you do it. So, like, could you just play? I mean, I still think this should be the champ in Akali decks, by the way. Pretty sure this should be the champ in Akali decks. And you just play green Akali in main. Think it's kind of trolling not to do that, personally. Hey, Mage, what's up, buddy? Hope you're good. So, like, obviously this, but this also has, like, if you look at Akali 2-drops, the Akali 2-drops are actually good. You have the Mystic, whatever it's called, Mournful Witness, and you have Scuttle Crab. So it's like, yeah, they're pretty good. Also, I like Gem Jammer. You're an Akali enjoyer? Okay. We be in Barcelona. Also, Inferno's very good, to be fair. So, like, I mean, in Akali, could you build it as a designated Go second deck? Yeah, you could. It might be fine. But I'm not sure you get tons and tons of it out. The other thing is, like, in a deck where there's not that many good 3-drops, right? Like, I don't know. So basically in a deck where, like, space is really tight, there's an argument to do it. It's still a stretch. It really, really has to make sense. You will not rip. How about Singapore? LA? Can get a ticket, rip. But yeah, like Akali, honestly, think it could make sense. You just don't play as many 2-drops. You just play like Mournful Witness probably still. Maybe not even. You know, you could just build Go second only Akali. Is Akali a deck that actually actively wants to go second? Singapore. Let's go. Please do try in Singapore. It could be fine. Don't hate it. I'm not also particularly interested in Akali though, if I'm honest. I just don't think the deck is... I don't know. I am almost certainly not going to play Akali, Kennen, or Jace because they're the only legends in their color combinations, and therefore, in my view, they will be overrepresented. That was like my opinion from very early on. So, yeah, could be okay. Diana goes second. I mean, don't hate it, but you've also already got Ravenbloom Student and Tide Turner, which you're already playing. So, like, the deck building costs that include like 2 more 2-drops is extremely small, so it's almost certainly not worth it. Okay. Fiora. I do like the sound of Fiora as a deck, but what are the 2-drops saying? Well, you get Unsung Hero. That's a good card. Irresistible Fate Folk's a very good card. Karen Dredge is not a bad card. It's not great, though, is it? I mean, maybe Fiora goes second could be good. But also, this isn't a very good opening play. This is not really a card that you want to open turn 1 with, you know? Unlike Akali, which is like okay on turn 1, and Diana, which is definitely very okay. So it's like fine. Kennen sounds kind of good as a designated Go second deck, to be honest. Yellow Kennen with like no 2-drops. A lot of the Kennen lists we reviewed were basically on no 2-drops anyway. So like probably Kennen, there's some argument to just do only Go second, and you just don't play any of these cards whatsoever. They're all kind of pants. I don't really like any of these cards. So actually, Kennen go second. Sounds fine. I like this card a lot. It's just not really a turn 1 play, right? Like, what do you want off a turn 1 champion? You want to actually be like going in and doing something with it. The Fiora might just sit in your base, right? It's a bit slow to get going. I think it's fine. This isn't also a very good opening play, let's be honest. But I mean, these cards are all kind of terrible for Cannon, right? Like if you're playing some big boy hook deck, you still have curve. It's not an impressive line, but it's like fine. All these cards. Do you want any of these cards in a hook cannon deck? If you're building like a big hook cannon deck, probably not, right? I don't think you want any of it. So actually, Cannon sounds good. But guess what, guys? I'm not playing Cannon, bro. No way. This might just be the one. This might just be the one. Because, like, I said it on the podcast. Lilia, like, do we want to go first with Lilia? I've literally never played the deck. But, like, what 2-drops are there? Yeah, Ravenbloom Student. Sure. Yeah, sure, Ravenbloom Student. Everything else is terrible, though. I don't want any of this. I think. Oh, I changed my mind. Scuttle Crab. Maybe. Maybe not then. I don't know. Lucian's also an obvious one. Not this guy, right? This guy. But it's like... Lucian's kind of bad. Also, go second, Lucian. The problem with a lot of these go second concepts is like you get murked by the blue 4-cost thing. What's my thoughts on Sprite Queen? It's like fine, but I've cut it. It's not a main deck card if you play it. Like 1 of on the sideboard, very hard to argue against. But it's basically, if I could add 1 more card on my sideboard, I think I would play 1 Sprite Queen. Is Scuttle Crab really that good? Probably not. Yeah, probably not, to be fair. Probably not. Is this a good opening play, though? Like, you just open with this at base? I mean, it sounds good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. And you've got Pike, but this would be the Pike that you would open with, right? Pike going second sounds pretty good, to be honest. Like, surely you don't want to play any 2-drops in Pike, if you can at all help it. Treasure Hunter would be what a lot of people would say, but you'd really rather not play any of them, right? You'd rather not play a single 2-drop in Pike, I would imagine. Hi, Breadabar. So, and Rek'Sai you would never do. So, Rek'Sai, we eliminate. Diana, I eliminate. Kennen, I eliminate because I'm not interested in it. The Fiora just doesn't sound like a good curve to bank on, and Unsung Hero's good. This Lucian's terrible. This Pike's terrible. So, it's basically like these 4 decks. It's like you could conceivably just build them in a way where they just designate go second. To be honest, the Pike or Lilia sound like the best. What's the Lucian 2-drops? I just don't like Lucian as a deck, sadly. Maybe I do, though. Maybe I do. I mean, I really like this card. What stops a going second deck from playing a chosen 5-cost? That's also a good point, right? You could look at Zed. That's also fair. It's like, nothing stops you doing it. That's a fair point. We could actually look at 5-cost. It's not something I've considered. Let's do it out of interest. I think Zed is the only one that comes to mind, though, right? You don't want any power costs on a chosen champ. Renata, bam. You don't want to play her early. Yeah, this card's good. Really good. I really like Zed. Mel also. I would say I'm kind of interested in all of these, and I don't want to like reveal too many secrets on my stream of stuff that I actually want to consider, but I think it's interesting, right? I don't think Lucian's great though, I've got to say, sadly. But like Lucian is the one deck that's like tried doing the go second thing, and I always said it was a terrible idea. Because like Yeah, it's just bad. But like this, I will say this chosen champ, insane card, right? But again, open up, go second, right? This is your big brain strategy. Your whole strategy is you go second, right? Big brain, and then you queue against blue. You play your Lucian. They have a 2-drop, and then GG. You just lost. Game's over. Not exactly right, but none of the 3-cost champs are beating that, right? Like that's just tough luck, mate. By the way, I'm maining Evelyn when Evelyn comes out. Crazy. 2-drop champ. This is why Teemo was my GOAT, right? I just had 2-drop every single time. Like, Teemo is the most disrespected deck in this game. There's no way it's bad. It's always good. This is... Bro. When cool... Like, guys, think about it. When Cooled Shot was around in the time I won my Teemo, there was 25 Teemos. In a deck that can play Cold Shot and has a guaranteed 2-drop. I played literally 1 2-drop in my whole deck, deck, and I hit a 2-drop every single flipping time. Thanks, Ride. It's pretty late for me, so I'm not usually streaming at this time. But yeah, all of these die to Flourish, right? Like, you could say, though, that maybe any that can be paired with purple is good, because Up from the Deep is such a good opener going second. So maybe, therefore, the conclusion is that anything that's purple here would be a good shout. Lucian's not, Fiora's not, Rek'Sai's not, Akali's not, Lilia's not, Diana is, and Pike is. So maybe, like, honestly, my conclusion might just be like go second Pike is good, which I can honestly see quite a lot. But like, is Pike good? I wouldn't mind playing it for a best of, you know. I do like this card quite a lot. I think this is a good card. You would probably main deck this guy, right? I think this is a good card. Is there like any 2-drops I want in Pike? Nah, right? No way. People think that you want to play the Treasure Hunter, but you really don't want to play it. You just kind of play it through necessity. Purple Cannon doesn't die? Yeah, but I don't want to pay a power for a champ. Kind of defeats the point, right? But the Cannon you could also play Up from the Deep with, right? Like, it's an extremely good go second card. I mean, also to be fair, like the yellow card that spawns 2 guys is good. I'm a bit anxious about deck building on stream, guys, because I'm too paranoid that I leak the secret things I'm thinking of. But whatever. I'm not playing for ages, so I'm playing Singapore next, right? Which is ages away still. I mean, it's like a month away, less than a month. Yeah, this card's also good opening, right? If you're worried about getting hit by the damage spell, I really like the look of this guy as a chosen champ, though. I gotta say, and Up from the Deep, crazy card. Like, look at that as like you play this on turn 1, or you play this. I mean, that just sounds good, no? I'm not gonna lie, guys. That sounds pretty good. Do you know what? Also, I love Seals. You know what the other card I like that I'm interested in? That I want to like? We tried it in Nasus the other day. This is a cool card, man. Surely it's solid. Who knows? But I do think there's like pretty compelling argument to play a go second deck. The problem with Pike for me is that like all of these strategies were on discard stuff. Is there go second with less of the 1-drop equips? No, because the 1-drop equips are so good, you would still want to actively play them, right? I mean, you could try it. I just don't like. There's not many decks it's going to make sense for. The main reason to do it is if like you're playing a deck where like the 2-drops are just terrible. You know, isn't Zed kind of? Yeah, Zed could work go second. I don't think Zed has any interest for me though. Like, I just don't like the look of it. think this card's so terrible, man. Not terrible, but is this card good? It's pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad. Like, what does Pike even want to do? What does the legend do? Return a friendly unit at a battlefield to its owner's hand. Play a gold gear token exhausted. Doesn't have access to any ramp at all, right? Like channel. Okay, treasure trove. Yeah, okay, sure. That's the ramp. I remember now. I remember now. This card's good, right? The card's probably quite underappreciated at the moment. I love seals as well, man. Like, this is also like, interestingly, like the whole like go second idea supports a seal strategy because you have less 2-drops in your deck. You can afford to have like a card like this, which is like not giving you, it's like -1 card in hand. Yo, Rashid, game is so good, man. Now make me head mod. Ooh, I'm tempted. But what's Pike actually doing, right? I just don't really. I would be very concerned about playing a slow deck. And is Lilia good? I don't know. Lilia can't open with like an up from the deep or something, which is a bit of a downside. Like, what does this deck actually want to do? I know, yes, control the board, but it's so slow, man. I actually liked Sneaky Deckhand a lot in Pike when I played it, right? I felt like it was pretty good. I didn't play much Pike. I played Pike and Kha'Zix at the start of the last set, but I did actually quite like Sneaky Deckhand in the deck with the idea of like you slam the Sneaky Deckhand at a battlefield, pick it up, but the accelerate cards are just better, right? Timo, 70th place, but I should have finished higher, man. Had some, yeah. I mean, I lost my stream game. If I had one more purple rune, I was winning. It was literally the difference. I was at least drawing. It was in overtime, and I was turned 0. And I repeated, like, my opponent had played, who ended up finishing like 6th on Best of Aurelia. He played Sneaky Deckhand into my power nexus, and then I'm turned 0. So I start with, and it was also on the, that was his first turn, right? Whatever the battlefield where you channel one rune, like have one rune to start the game. So he opens with Sneaky Deckhand going first. And then that was like turn -1, then I'm turn 0. Like, what the hell? How gross is that? But I have Pit Crew in hand, or basically I have either Pit Crew in hand or Seal in hand. I don't remember which. I don't remember which exactly. He's tapped out, right? So I have Pit Crew in hand or the Purple Seal, and I have Cold Shot. Now, bear in mind, I didn't know I was turn 0, and I was panicking. We didn't have a clock, so it's possible that I could still have done it if I'd thought it through a bit more. I'm not exactly sure. I repeated a Cold Shot. Now, repeating a Cold Shot might have just been the play that lost me the game, because I don't remember, and they didn't show it on stream for some reason. It just cut like as if they cut to the interview and they didn't show the game 3, which is really unfortunate because it was such a very interesting game 3, even though it was like 2 seconds. So I repeat a Cold Shot to look for either the Pit Crew or the Purple Seal, because I like know that that's my out, and I'm also rushing because I don't want to be turn 0, right? Like, I'm panicking. I don't want to be turn 0. I was turn 0. It gets called halfway through, so I can slow down. Resolve the Cold Shot. I find the Seal or the Pit Crew. So I now have Pit Crew, Seal in my hand. I got 3 runes available, but like 2 are floated, right? Because I repeated a Cold Shot. So I play the Pit Crew, and then I go to play the Seal, and guess what? No purple rune. GG. Uh, I hit one of my 4 blue runes, and I think I should have played only 3 blue runes. But the thing is like the cool shot repeat was totally incorrect because it wasn't an out if I repeat, right? Like, because I don't have the seal, but I didn't see that until it was too late. But I was also rushing, and I do think that like the fact that there was no clock available at the stream table was pretty unhelpful in that situation, because if there was a clock visible, I would have probably seen I literally don't have time to finish my turn and just slow down, right? But it is what it is. I made a mistake. Might not have mattered because I don't remember where it was. But yeah, don't remember how we got onto that. But yeah, basically it was, and then I lost round 2 against some Draven Aurelia where he just giga cooked me with charms, and he made it to day 2, so he was a good player. And then yeah, my game 3 against Draven, I won game 1, lost game 2 in a tight one, and then game 3 on Arena's Greatest, brick Twitchery in hand. Only game I lost on Arena's Greatest all weekend. And then my final game of the tournament, I kind of cheesed a Kaiser in overtime with Power Nexus to take a tie. And I said, I will not concede, because I knew a draw was going to get me the Teemo. And then technically they could have conceded and I would have got Euros, but that's not how we want to do it anyway. I certainly didn't ask for it, right? There was a judge right there and it wouldn't be correct to do that. But I did, I was a bit cheeky and I said, I will not concede, which is basically the undertone of that is the subliminal message of that is I cannot concede, but you can if you want. But of course, respectfully, they did not, and they were a bit unhappy that I cheesed them with Power Nexus and suggested that I slow played them, which is just totally unfair. It's like, bro, we went into game 3 with like 9 minutes on the clock. Like, what do you mean? I got flipping. I've never in my life, by the way, until that tournament, been accused of slow play. And flipping LS tweeted saying that I was abusing the clock. It's like, bro, I just blundered and miscalculated. I was so fried. I played against a challenger TCG guys straight after that stream match. What's the guy called? Like, I know Daniel, his actual name. What's the guy from challenger TCG that's called Daniel? What does he go by? DZN. Yeah. Yeah, I played against this guy. I was so frazzled, bro. Like, I go over to the table, my head was gone. I'd hardly slept all weekend, and they were still showing my match on the TV as I go to sit down for my next round. I was like, bro, what do you... I was so frazzled, man. Like, I was flustered. I was extremely flustered. I totally threw game 1, like I just played like an absolute freak of nature. Really bad. I was all over the place. And I fortunately managed to pull it back. I got carried by my triple pickpocket, which I played in main deck against his Jinx Miracle deck. Cool shot was around, right? I was so frazzled that I literally, I did my best play of the weekend, which is I said to him, yeah, I'm not even going to try and calculate this. I'm just going to unga bunga send everything in. Yeah. I was honest. I'm not even going to try and calculate this. Unga bunga, sent everything in. He spent 5 minutes calculating and said, yeah, you've got it by 1 point. I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And then I got him in game 3. Very much carried by my pickpocket. I almost like left the table apologetic, but I was so frazzled, bro. I was so out of it, man. Great experience though, but I think also like it's a really good thing to take to the casting thing, because I've been on that stage and played on stream, and I realized like at the later stages, like flip heck, man, the pressure. I was on stream against Aurelia as well, man. Like, I'd literally rather play against anything else other than that on stream. Was not comfortable against Aurelia, and also like, my god, it was a tricky matchup, and I actually played the game pretty well. I made a mistake in game 1 looking back, but I did very well to get it to game 3. But yeah, fun experience. That's what we were at. Like, so basically, like with this deck, what you want is accelerate units, or like units that can come in ready, you can then pick up. So obviously a lot of these decks will play the Pike because it can come in ready, right? And they play it in the champ zone. And the Pike only costs 3, so the Pike is pretty convincing still, right? Because it only costs you 3 energy and 1 power for a 4. So you probably just play these still in main. Like, this is a way better setup, right? This in champ zone and this in main sounds so much better. Is Nasus my first green deck? Probably. I mean, I basically only have played Teemo before this set. Is that true? I've played, out of these, I played a little bit of Yasuo in set 1. I played Jinx a lot. I played Volibear quite a bit. I played a tiny bit of Lee Sin, set 1. Yeah, it looks like it's my first green deck. I've done some best of Ivern coaching in the past. Yeah, it pretty much is. It's supposed to run 3 to 5. Definitely 3 to 5, not 3 Charm. Charm's great. It's particularly broken in some decks. But I don't play any Charm in Nasus, right? I play Singularity instead as the backline removal. But yeah, it is my first. But I mainly have just been a Teemo 1 trick all this time. So is there like any other cards in red, purple that come in ready that you can bounce back? I mean, the other one is the sneaky deckhand, right? Because the difference between Pike, I actually think it could be correct to play sneaky. We might actually take this deck for a quick spin, not gonna lie. Probably it's 2 though. Because sneaky can conquer an empty battlefield without spending any power, which Pike costs a power, right? But that's quite compelling that you can just sneaky in instead for no power. I love seals, bro. So give me seals. Sharkling could also be played instead of sneaky. Against Mel, yeah, that's kind of why you need Singularity, right? It's like one of the main reasons to play Singularity. Inside. Oh, I couldn't use them? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's going to happen. I mean, there's also some matchups you're going to take them out, right? So, what else does Pike play? Probably Bewitching Spirit. I don't know how convinced I even am about Bewitching Spirit and Pike. When I was playing the deck myself, I was a little bit unsure about it, to be honest. This is a good card, by the way. I think this card's really good. Yeah, Sharkling is definitely an idea. It's like similar to Pike and Sneaky, though. Nox is hopeful. Bro, let me tell you, I am such a Nocturne fanboy. It's unbelievable. I think Nocturne is so broken. Obviously, it's seeing a lot of play right now elsewhere and good for Nocturne, but Falling Star, we want 3 copies of, right? Probably want Void Seeker. Definitely we want Falling Star. That's a no-brainer. This card's pretty good too. Oh, that's a good card. The Ocean Drake. That's pretty tasty. This card's cool, by the way. Karox. When I become empowered, choose an opponent. They burn 3. Then you may, Fizz, probably, right? Oh, also the other kind of deck I want to try is like some Bryn here. Bryn here, Temporal Breach. But like, what are the red-blue legends? Not many of them, is there? Bro, I can't cut your hair right now. I wish you could, buddy. I need a haircut so bad. Oh my goodness. I gave myself a haircut recently, can you tell? I do actually have some new razor attachments though that have just recently arrived. At least I think that's what this is. I didn't open it yet. Yeah, my razor broke, so I do at least have a new razor in that I can fix the sides of it because they're a disaster. I mean, I give myself a haircut. No, this is my microphone. I'm a very high quality streamer with a Bluetooth mic, Rashid, you know? Cleave sounds good. That's a good card, isn't it? That's a very good card. I've got to say, I like the list a lot as well. I think the list is good. I kind of want to take this for a spin. I've got to say, it looks pretty. I'm pretty convinced by the concept of it already, of the Go Second Pike. Sounds just good. It's like, why not? Ambush. I mean, Inferno might actually be worth it still as a card. Car 6 is pretty good, although I'm playing red. Is this the Morgana deck? Deal damage to a unit equal to the damage marked on it? I mean, if ever there was a Morgana deck, right? We'll test it. We'll test it. That's fun. Maybe not 3, but we'll test it. We'll test it. And I know a lot of these decks were on Baron Nashor in the past, which was a bit weird, but there we are. What else does this deck need? How do we win? Fizz, maybe? Been watching since Snap. Let's go. What's the best physical new player product for Riftbound? Definitely Proving Grounds, for sure. But the problem is getting it. But there's a new Proving Grounds out at some point, right? But like, if you can get Proving Grounds MSRP, it's like genuinely the best TCG product of all time. The problem is it's like, oh, you can't my hair right now. I thought you were saying cut my hair. Yeah, you can't cut my hair right now. But yeah, my hair was a disaster. Thanks for pointing that out. Oopsie. Foreigner's not bad, right? Bryn here. We can't do any shenanigans with Bryn here, really, though, can we, in this one? I mean, to be fair, do you know what, bro? I like this guy. This card is a lot better than people think. Battering Ram. Could we pop off with Battering Ram in this deck? There's also Detonate. There's also, like, the Treasure Trove stuff. Is that actually good, though? I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure that it is. I'd say it's pretty mid. I love Nocturne, man. I really do. I'm a sucker for a good bit of Nocturne. This deck looks so much better built only going second. Like, why would I want any 2-drops in this deck? Perfect Execution's a good card. I like that card a lot. Also, with the Pike, isn't it quite broken? Sounds pretty broken. Sounds really broken, actually. I don't really like Bewitching Spirit. Starcross is probably hard to argue against, right? Fizz is hard to argue against, of course. Is this card good? Bro, surely this card's good, no? The main question with Immortal Phoenix is how do you discard it in the first place? Doran's Ring, Poggers. Get excited. Probably an underrated card. Ruthless Strike. That's a pretty good card. Doesn't draw though. Like if there was an easier way to discard the Phoenix. I feel like Phoenix is probably got to be good though, right? So basically, like what this deck doesn't have is we don't play Pack of Wonders. If you want to play Phoenix, you want 2-drops. Really? Why? When you kill a unit of this play, you may pay 1 energy and a power to play with your trash. I mean, it's like Traveling Merchant would be the synergy there, right? But I don't know. It might be fine. I mean, it doesn't look great, I'll be honest, but it sounds like a good card generally for the deck. Yeah, like ways of discarding it. Yeah, like maybe, but I don't want the 2 drops, you know? What about this? Nah. I mean, maybe this, but I don't think you would want to. Yeah, Lunaboon's pretty terrible. I mean, this card is the one that fits the deck the most, right? Deal 3. Like, basically, you pay 3 with Ruthless Strike, discard the Phoenix, deal 5 damage, replay the Phoenix immediately. I mean, that's pretty cute. But, like, would you really rather play this than Void Seeker when you already are probably playing Red Seals? Probably not. It's definitely an interesting idea, though, right? With the Phoenix. And again, like, it's important to recognize that this deck usually is playing Pack of Wonders Treasure Trove. It's so slow, though. I don't really like it. It's so slow. Is there any other like new cards? This card seems crazy. It's also got discard synergy. I will say there's some discard synergy in this deck. So like, I definitely don't hate the sound of it. Is there any other new cards that are like jumping out at us? I always felt like Pike was kind of built quite badly, respectfully. Like it never quite made sense to me. Prefect is going to be on the sideboard, you would imagine, if not the main. I do like this Pendulum Blade. That is a good flipping card, mate. I could see us not wanting any gear in main and maybe bringing it on the side. Tornado Warrior is cool, but not for this deck. Could, of course, play Kaiser still. We've got Morgana in there. I mean, we're going to take it for a spin and just play some casual games here. Prison deck? Not exactly. Although I'm not totally sure I know exactly what you mean. I could see us wanting another longsword, but maybe we don't play any gear in main. I do really like the list, though. I quite want to try the Phoenix. And maybe we play this removal. I mean, Get Excited is okay, right? We don't have that many good targets for it, though, unless we play like a Baron Nashor. But we could play Ruthless Strike. Seems kind of good. $41. Let's cut 1 Void Seeker. Deck is probably a little bit low on units. Like if we don't hit these guys, we're probably pushing our luck a bit. Is Sharkling good? Oh, Ride the Wind. That's a good card. This card's so good though. So Rek'Sai comes in as a 4, but Sharkling comes in as a 5. Kaiser for draw. Vayne comes in ready. Darius. Legion Rearguard. Basically, it's just a worse sneaky deck cam for the most part, right? Jinx, discard your Phoenixes. Probably a little bit expensive, that. Let's maybe add a Sharkling to the mix and cut. Nah. Let's just end this. Let's just see if it works. Battlefields, we're going to go for what? We're a designated go second. Void Gate. That's a no-brainer. Ripper's Bay, I guess, is fine. I don't actually know that it's that good, but it's fine. Forbidding Waste, maybe? Zormorans, if we want to be boring. Lair. It's probably like this, right? Is Starcrossed even good? I don't know. This is a gigapile, but let's try it. I'm curious. Yay, it's fun to just test some stuff for fun. Haven't done that for a bit on stream. Void Gate. Oh, not Shen. I'm terrified. They can go first. Thank you. Pretty unsure about Starcross generally. This looks good. Ambush cards also look good with this. This is such a good opener. I mean, we had a lot of good options, right? But like backline, super underappreciated ability. There's really not many cards with the backline ability in the game, and I think they're quite underappreciated. And this is also going to get us gold, and we can like cleave it in or so. Sounds kind of broken, no? Oh, that's a problem. We got cooked. Because they just give this tank. Oh, it already has tank. Well, I think we survive. Actually, I guess we should go. Wait. Units here with tank of +1. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, let's score though still. Use my pike, pick it up. Get a gold. Get a gold without spending any power. I like Sneaky in this deck. I always thought it was pretty cute. It's pretty cute. We did get a bit cooked on our opening, but that's my lack of experience against Charm. It's a perfect example of why Up from the Deep is also a good option, right? They just pass. Yeah, just pass, mate. Fair enough. How about this? Yeah, I do want to do Ambessa. That's true. I want to try Ambessa. That resolves. I mean, I don't know, guys. This deck seems all right to me. I don't hate it. I'm having fun, that's for sure. We are facing a meta tyrant right now. This is 4 because of this. I've really had my eye on this card a lot. And I gotta say, Ruthless Strike with the flow cards, pretty saucy. It's not miles better than a Void Seek though, if at all, right? It's the main issue. But I mean, you could play both. Maybe the truth is you just want to play both. I don't know. 7 on Shen. Is that actually correct? It's 7. Okay. How much do we care? I mean, we definitely want to play sneaky deckhand. Oh no, we don't. We have tentacles. So how much do we actually care? Isn't it just like falling star these guys? Then he loses 2. He's at 5, and then bam. Oh wait, wait, wait. Oh, it's action. Yeah, yeah, we're fine. Man, it's not even reaction. Crazy. That's so harsh. The fact that's not reaction is so harsh, man. Now he's at 5, so we simply just delete him. And I will still do this, so I can get my gold. The flipping tentacles is so good for this deck as well. Oops. It's pretty good though, right? It's like you score without spending any power. That's like the thing that Pike is usually doing a bit wrong is you're conquering every turn but paying a power. I always liked the sneaky when I played Pike a little bit last set. We actually shouldn't have gotten rid of the gold either to play the seal, right? We can go Pike accelerate, pseudo accelerate, right? Perfect execution, cleave. It's gonna be huge. And then it's got ganking as well, and we can perfect execution it 3 times if we so desire. But like the Pike plus perfect execution is so good, man. It's crazy. I'm so paranoid about playing decks on stream, guys. I just feel like it's such a low elo play. For my what if I want to go for best of Pike? But let's be honest, I'm probably not going to do that. But I can't help but wonder if I want to. So I think it's always this. Go 1, 2, 3, and a gold. Go here. Sequencing's a bit off here, but I think it doesn't matter, right? GG game 2. Sure. That wasn't bad, was it? We don't have anything to side. Probably the last game. I'll probably dip off to this. It's time for bed, mate. I told my girlfriend I was going to end stream, and yeah, here I am. Whoops. We go second. Of course we do, guys. It's the whole plan. Let's go Ripper's Way, see how it does. It's got to be good, right? I don't know. I'm kind of interested in Pike suddenly. She's kind of good, no? Up from the deep, open up. Crazy. Don't know about Noxus Hopeful. I don't really know what to do with this hand. It's like good, but I want a mulligan, I guess, to find like the Phoenix. Let's drop the Falling Star. The Hopeful's great, but I mean, this deck's just cracked. Look at this opening. Maybe you can cleave in next turn, or you're regretting mulliganing the Hopeful. I don't really know if I like Fizz. Probably one is fine, but yeah. Would have liked to have gone for the Pike, but we learned a lesson because of Charm on the previous. So they have 4 up, which is actually quite terrifying, to be honest. Seems fine enough. Just don't give them anything to react to with the Shen. Get some ramping. Okay, now here is definitely where things get a little bit more interesting, because I could apply quite a bit of pressure here, right? Pike is 4, goes to 7. I could also go perfect execution, right? That would be 6, probably 7, and total brings him to 3, 6, 10. I have 10 stats that I can attack with. The thing is I still have the energy for stack deck as well, so Morgana. We were going to take the cleave for sure. Do I pay for it? It's like, it was like stack deck. Yeah, it's like this, right? Fair play. That's broken. The decree, bro. Pike popping off. I mean, I can't be mad about that, can I, really? This card's really good. I think it's the second best decree. That's fire. Fire. We're running out of steam quite quickly now. Not exactly sure what natural draw this deck has. Could obviously do Treasure Trove, Pack of Wonders. Don't think red really has much. And to be honest, there's not that much purple draw, right? It's mainly replacing. It's probably why like the Void Seeker's good. I honestly don't know what Shen hides. Fizz Tac deck? Yeah, okay, Fizz is great in this deck. I was thinking about not playing her, but that's troll. I mean, I would love the Phoenix. So we could go for it now. Salt 5. We're definitely going to pick the Fizz up. We could also hide the Pike here. Timeout. It's just a bug. So I guess like some kind of unit that you hide here. Like a Kennen. It's probably Kennen, right? 2 open. It's Kennen. Because then you can flip it on react. Awaken. Begin. Can you react? No, there's no trigger to react to, right? I guess like when I hold, is that a trigger? Would that be a trigger that you could react to? Not sure. Shield unit. I think it makes sense to me that you can flip it. That it's a trigger. Pretty interesting. I mean, the deck's feeling kind of good. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. So we go to 4. Obviously, we are playing against Shen, let's be fair. So this guy is vulnerable to the Void Seeker, right? We just go for it. But the Phoenix would be played from the trash. So is there ever a world we try to first send the Phoenix in? Because we could send Phoenix in, ready it with perfect execution, right? But then we're getting 3 or 5 might guy, which we can just take out for 3. So we pay power cost because why not? Might get defied anyway, right? Yeah. Then we play Fizz. The question is with Fizz, do we want to play a Ripper's Bay? I don't know. Not particularly, I guess. Fizz Cleave is kind of okay this turn, though. Is it easy for me to get to 6 this turn? I'm a bit unsure what to do here. So Phoenix comes in at 5 and we could ready it. We do D-ramp a bit more than we'd like, but bam! That's pretty flipping good, guys. And they don't hold, so they don't get the Shen back, which I hadn't massively considered, but whoa! The Phoenix! This card really is good. Perfect execution. It's a card I've been really wanting to find a home for. This is a really good card. You can also see why I'm playing Red Seals, like, in fairness, right? Hmm. I think the deck building is costing us here, but the deck itself looks like it's got a lot of potential. This probably ends bad, I fear. Okay, somehow it worked. I'm just going to send exactly 6 in. Forget about the tank. This could be pretty bad for us. Sure. I think it's fine. But they can make this. Yeah, this is pretty bad. They make this tank now. Yeah, cooked. We tried something and it did not pay off, I'll be honest, guys. It's fine though. We could have resolved the one from the discard. That's a mistake. Deck's not terrible though. I don't know. There's quite a lot of interesting stuff going on. This card's crazy, man. Perfect execution. Bro, card's nuts. Imagine like Z with this thing. Oh, we're about to win in glorious fashion. We only need one sneaky. That's the beautiful thing here, right? Sneaky, pick it up. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. This was fun. Deck seemed okay. There's something there, right? See you tomorrow. Bye everybody.